grab. So we'll go ahead and put our seatbelt on first. We'll turn the key to the on position. We're going to check our glow plugs here, top left corner. As we wait for those to go out, we'll check to make sure our shifter is in neutral, and we'll make sure both brakes are applied, and then we're ready to start. Right away on the sheet, it's going to say air gauge and governor cutoff. So we're going to look at our gauges here. They're reading at about 100 psi and slowly rising. And then the governor cutoff, that should happen in the range of 120 to 140. So we'll go ahead and give it some gas here and build up the pressure. And actually it looks like it already maxed out earlier, so we need to drop the pressure to the governor cut-in. The governor cut-in should happen between 90 and 100. So we'll deplete some of the air out. Press on the brakes there. There we go. Now we can go ahead and build up air pressure. We'll rev the engine a little bit here to help build it up a little faster. And then the governor cut off there, and that was right around 122, 124 psi, so we're good to go. Now we're going to do the air loss check. For the air loss check, we got to shut her down. We'll make sure to have the key back to the on position here, otherwise your gauges will shut off on you. We'll release both brakes, let the needle settle. We'll press on the service brake as well. We'll pull out our phone. We'll go ahead and we'll get our timer ready. And then check the gauges quick. It looks like it stopped right around at 87 psi. And then we'll start the timer. I'll stop it short here for the sake of time. During the test, you will wait that full minute to make sure you hold pressure properly. And then once that time does go by, you'll tell the examiner you did not lose no more than 4 psi. And then after that, we're going to have the low air alarm. The low air alarm should come on before 55 psi. So I'll start pumping the brakes. Don't go too haywire on it. You want to make sure it comes on before 55. So then both lights came on for each gauge, so I can see that, and I can also hear the alarm. And also mention that it came on at around, for me, it was right at about 65 psi. So we're good. Now we have our emergency brakes here. Want to make sure that they both pop out and apply somewhere between 45 and 20 psi. So we'll go ahead and start pumping the brakes again. There they go. Saw both, heard both pop, and that happened right around 32, 35 psi. Now we'll start her up. We're going to put it in gear, and we're going to test against our emergency brakes right away to make sure they hold the truck and trailer. Yep, they in fact applied and are holding. They're working as they should. Now we'll build up our air pressure back up to safe operating range, which is between 90 and 120. Alright, we're back within safe operating range here, so we're good to go to test the other brakes. Next we'll test the parking brake here, so we'll release the trailer brake, put it in gear again, and tug against it. Parking brake holds the truck. Reapply the trailer brake, because we're going to test that next. Release the parking brake. Now we'll tug against the trailer. And here we're killing two birds with one stone. Not only are we testing the trailer brakes, but we're also testing our trailer connection. So both are good to go. Now release the trailer brake, and we'll test our service brakes, our brake pedal. Pull forward a little bit here. Lightly touch the steering wheel. Brake. Tell the examiner or your instructor that it did not pull right or left. All the brakes applied evenly. Reapply your parking brake. Next will be our lighting indicators. We're going to look at the instrument panel here. We want to mention and look for that there is no warning lights, no service lights such as check engine light, ABS light, DEF lights. And then other indicators we're going to check for will be our signals. So left turn signal, right turn signal, hazards. And then we also want to check our high beams. High beam indicators illuminated and working. So we're good to go there. And then after that, we have emergency equipment. Here we have one package of unopened fuses. And then behind the passenger seat inside this red tote, we want to check to make sure we have 3 red reflective triangles. Want to make sure that they're not missing, cracked in half, anything like that. And then our fire extinguisher here, want to make sure it's secured. We want to check the safety pin to make sure it's in place. And then we also have this gauge here. We want to make sure the needle's in the green so we know it's fully charged. And then after that, we're going to have windshield and mirrors. Windshield and mirrors, they're all securely mounted. They're clean, they're clear. There's no cracks, there's no chips on any of the mirrors or the windshield. Now, more specifically, our windshield, want to make sure there's no illegal stickers, no obstructions. And then our mirrors, want to make sure they're all adjusted to me, the driver. And then after that, we're going to have wipers and washers. So we'll test that. Just do the washer fluid right away. Mention that the fluid was evenly dispersed onto the windshield and that the wipers operate smoothly without leaving any major streakage behind. And then after that, we'll have heater and defroster. So put your fan up, heat all the way up, and then right here for both the defroster and your vent down below. And then feel up top, feel down below. Mention that you can feel airflow top and bottom, and then that you feel heat as well. Shut that off. And then last one will be our horns. Check your city horn, that works. Air horn will be on your left thumb here. Test that. They are both working, and as long as one or the two are working, we're good to drive. And then that'll be it for the end cab.